Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of the Otumba Adams Show. My name remains Adams Olafimilajide, and you are welcome to the 74th episode of the show. On today's episode, we'll be having a special guest come teach us on something that is very, very, very vital to us and to our health, right? I am bringing up a nurse today, but before I get into that part of the program, how has been your day? How have you been? Hope you're good. Hope you've had a great week. Hope work has been fine. Personally, for me, this weekend has been lots of work. Literally, like I had an event to go for, and then aside from that, like I had tons of other things to actually do. So, if you're watching me right now and you'd like to introduce yourself, you know how we do it. Put your name, put your location in the comment section, and let me welcome you specially. All right, let me welcome you specially, and also tell me how your week has been and how your day has been. I wish I could actually show you guys a picture of an Oambe that I went for today. Like, even though I really do not know how to dance, but hey, I sure enjoyed myself. That's the most important part. And I ate jollof. I had my jollof. It was really interesting. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so we have a nurse that would be coming around to give us a training today, and I would be reading her bio very soon. Okay, so in the next minute, I'm going to get my notes and then I'm going to read her bio to us. And for you guys joining in, please introduce yourself while I do that part. It would really mean a lot to me. I can see more people liking me on Facebook. I'm not really like asking you guys to like me right now. Just do me the honors by doing what? By introducing yourself. Let me know that like you're actually part of the show today. Okay. So who is our mystery guest today? So let me quickly get this set. And voila. Okay, yes. This is our guest today. Her name is Busari Imoleayo, right? So Busari Imoleayo is a registered nurse and midwife. She also has a bachelor's degree in nursing science, and she's currently running her 1 year internship. Please pardon, let me take that from the beginning, like I just lost touch. Okay, so Busari Imoleayo is a registered nurse and midwife. She also has a bachelor's degree in nursing science, and she's currently running her 1 year internship program in Ondo State. Aside this, she's a nursing healthcare content creator. The main platforms she uses for these are YouTube and Instagram, while she creates online lectures for students, nurses via WhatsApp and Telegram. She does all these under her brand, the Golden Pen Academy. Oh dear, I think I need to take this off. Sorry about that. I had a mix up there. Okay, she does this under her academy, the Golden Pen Academy, which is registered as a business with the Corporate Affairs Commission of Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, please let me welcome Nurse Busari as she comes up on stage to join us. Hello, Busari. How are you doing today? Hello. Yeah, live right now, Nurse Busari. And this is what Nigerian network does to one. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, Sumba. Good evening.
Okay. Good evening. Great. Great. I think there's a kind of lag from your end to this place. So without further ado, let me just bring up your
Hello, can you
lecture
hear
and
me?
then yes, I can hear you now. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, great. Great. So let me just bring up the lecture note for today and over to you. All right. Please start with the lecture. Oh dear, I think we have lost that temporarily there. And if you guys would not mind, please just hold on a bit so that you can get the internet set up properly. I think that's one of the things that, like, or one of the burdens that we have living in a third world country. Your internet would always want to mess you up most times. So I'm going to bring her back up, right, for her to start her lecture. She's already back now. And let me bring her up. Okay, are you ready now?
Good evening, everyone. I'm so sorry about my network here. It's really, really messing up today, and I don't know why.
Avi, one of those things. Don't worry, just get on with lecture.
So hopefully the network will be friendly all through the lecture. So good evening, and I'm so glad to be here, Otumba. I'm really grateful for you bringing me up on the show, because obviously I'm a young nurse, but then you still decided to bring me up. So guys, today we'll be talking about sitting postures and how these have their general effects on the general body health, basically. So the topic on the screen is sitting postures, effects on general health. Can you please bring on the introduction slide, please? All right. So sitting is actually one of the things that's become a day-to-day activity in the life of humans, basically. And most people, because of the world we are now, they tend to work at their desk, either in the offices, where mostly the offices, basically. And if they're not working in the office, some would sit to drive, some sit to communicate, some sit to press their phones, use their laptops. Like sitting is just one thing that we cannot do without. And because of the use of computers and mobile phones, sometimes people tend to assume wrong sitting postures. In fact, because I'm trying to move close to my screen right now, I am still maintaining a wrong sitting posture. And one thing about sitting postures is that it can actually have effects on our health. And people tend to more or less trivialize this posture thing to the point that because it may not begin to have its effects immediately, it may take some time for it to begin to have effects. But once you are becoming conscious of your posture, your sitting posture, your standing posture, then you would be able to prevent health issues in the long run. Can we have the second slide, please?
Okay.
Okay, so I just want to quickly take us over the human spine. I won't be doing so much anatomy and physiology because I know majority of us watching this show are not medical students or medical practitioners. But then the vertebral column, which most of us call the spine, it is a collection of about 33 bones that are arranged in S shape. Now, some people feel that the vertebral column must be straight, but the spine is supposed to be straight, but it isn't actually straight. Though at birth it has just one curve, but over time, because of the way we use our muscles, the way we walk, talk, try to assumes this S shape. So it then the spine also helps in transferring the weight of the upper body, that is the air supporting structures, which you also use in walking. So once the spine, in some cases where people have their spine being broken and they become paralyzed and so many other issues like that. So things as tribal as sitting posture as it may seem to us may bring up issues if we don't maintain them later in life. Next slide. All right, so the next thing I'm going to talking about is the right way to sit. I've been talking about sitting postures all the time, and I said the way I'm moving back close to my phone just to see the screen properly is actually a bad sitting posture. So now I'm going to analyze your laptops, you're talking to people, you're driving. There is actually a correct way to sit that will actually help your body muscles, your spine, and your health generally. So the first thing you should notice is that when you're sitting, your neck should be vertical, like it should be straight, like the way I am right now. Your neck should be straight. You shouldn't be bending your head down or towards the side or towards another side. The neck should be vertical and straight. While your shoulders should be relaxed, you're not supposed to puff up your shoulders either while you're walking or sitting. Yet your shoulders should be relaxed. relaxed. You shouldn't feel tension on your shoulders while you're sitting. Then your arms should be close to your trunk. By your trunk, I mean the area that most of us call the stomach, though it's not the stomach, but that is what most people popularly call it. So your arms should be close to your trunk. Then your knees should be at right angle, like something like this. I hope you can see this. Otumba, can you see my hands? Your knees should
Yes, I
be
can see your
at
hand.
right angle, like 90 degrees. Then your feet should be flat on the floor. You're not supposed to or maintain this tiptoe position while you're sitting. Your feet should be flat on the floor. So you maintain something like an like more like an H shape. The way most chairs, these are classroom chairs in secondary schools, are shaped. That H shape, that the small letter H shape. Yes, that is how your body should be aligned when you are sitting. And one thing about sitting postures is that people tend to sit for long, especially those working in the corporate environment. You have people sitting at laptop for hours and hours. Generally, you should continue to move your body muscles. Like, you shouldn't maintain that sitting position for too long, because when you maintain that sitting position for too long, it can also have adverse effects on your health. Now, let us quickly move on to the adverse effects for sitting posture. Now, the first harmful effect poor sitting posture can have on our health is pain and soreness. And this pain most times is usually felt at the lower back region. That's why I put up a picture to show the exact spot where you are most likely to feel pain, because you are bending your muscles, you are bending your spine in a way that it shouldn't be bent. And at that point, you would stress the muscles in that area, and the muscles, your body is going to perceive this as pain, because the nerve endings in that area are stretched, and you would definitely sense them as pain. Next slide. Another thing you could experience with poor sitting posture is poor digestion. Now, if you're the type that you slouch, by slouching I mean you bend over your abdomen when you're pressing your phone. Let me give you guys an example. While pressing your phone, you're holding it and you're bending towards the phone, because the phone is lower, more like an angle of depression, if that's the way I can actually put it. You tend to constrict the muscles of your abdomen, your abdominal muscles, your stomach, your liver, and the organs in the abdomen. And what results is poor digestion, because you are restricting the ability of the stomach to churn your food and expand, relax, and so many other things like that. So if you finish eating and you maintain a poor sitting posture, then you would have poor digestion. Next slide, please, Otumba. Another thing is related to poor breathing. Now, if you notice, when you're sitting, when I talked about the right way to sit, I mentioned almost every section of the body: the head, the thorax, the pelvic, the lower limbs, the upper limbs, everywhere in your body is active when you're sitting, like they're actively involved in the right sitting posture. Now, your lungs are located in your thorax, that is the area of your chest. Now, if you slouch, the same way you constrict the muscles, the muscles, the structures in your abdomen, is the same way you will constrict the lungs and the diaphragm. Now, the diaphragm is like a dome shaped muscle that is under the lungs, and what it does is that it's more or less assists expansion and function in this, like the rib cage and on any some other muscles and structures in the thorax. But particularly the lungs, when you slouch, you bend, you constrict the lungs, you limit the space which the lungs can expand and relax. So that limits the amount of air your lungs can take in and expire while you are breathing. So with poor sitting posture, you would experience poor breathing. Next slide, please. Now, the next thing I want to talk about are tension headaches. Now, tension headaches, they are this form of headaches that occur because of tension placed on the muscles that are around the head. Now, still talking about when you slouch, like when you bend, you don't sit correctly, you stress the muscles that are within that are located in the upper region of your body, from the head down to your lower back. Now, the tension, the stress that is placed on this muscle is going to cause a lot of pain, which you would experience as tension headaches. Apart from that, I spoke about poor digestion, poor breathing. I also spoke about lower back pain. Now, these are things that poor breathing and poor digestion alone can limit the amount of nutrients, oxygen that the muscles in your head would be getting, and that could cause headache on its own. Apart from the fact that you are going to be putting a lot of tension on the muscles of your head region. Next slide, please. Now, another point is fatigue. Now, when you can't breathe well, the food doesn't digest well, you have lower back pain, you have tension headache, you will be fatigued. Like you will be tired, you won't be able to more or less finish up your tasks for the day. And with fatigue can have its own emotional implications as well. As far apart from the physical implication it has that you'll be tired and all, you can't get tasks done, you're tired, you begin to you're irritable. In other words, Yoruba people will say "wama konra." I don't. I'm trying to find the right words. Like you tend to be harsh in the way you react to people. You're
I think the
always
word is
angry
cranky.
because you're tired. Like your reactions are just always negative, and that can affect the way you relate with people. So fatigue not just doesn't affect your physical strength. It also affects the way you talk and relate with people. Next slide, please. All right, finally, let's talk about how to correct bad postures. Now, it is possible that before you started watching this show, you already have a bad posture. Posture is something that it is learned over time. So once you are constantly been maintaining that poor sitting posture, you will develop a bad posture that would seem normal to you, but it's actually detrimental to your health. However, there are still ways to correct it. There are still remedies. Now, the first thing is that if you're trying to like correct a child that has a bad sitting posture, someone that is quite younger, you may be able to watch some people now you're bending in an awkward way. Some of them will smack your head, smack your back, correcting them, then making that person conscious that the way you're sitting is wrong and this is the way you should sit can actually help in correcting bad postures. And in some situations where you can't consciously correct your bad posture because your body has more or less taken that shape of that bad posture, then you may have to see a physiotherapist. Now, physiotherapists are specialists in these areas of helping you to rehabilitate your parts of your body and structures that have actually been worn out either by one disease condition or trauma or the other without the use of medication. So that is more or less their area of specialty. So a physiotherapist would be the best healthcare professional for you to see. And sometimes they may have to indicate the use of some artificial devices like posture correcting devices such as braces that you may have to wear to help you maintain sitting postures. So, guys, next slide. I really hope you guys learned a thing or two. If you have questions that you want to ask me or you want to relate with me or you just want to speak with me either based on posture or some other topics, I'm going to be putting my phone number and my social media
Okay, I think the network has been a bit poor at your end, but overall, we're able to get something really, really powerful and tangible from your end. And I would really love to say thank
to you,
you.
Otumba.
Yes, thank you, Busari, for giving us a very great lecture. We really do appreciate it. Thank you for coming around today to teach us out of your vast wealth of knowledge. It's an honor having you here. I know that like you have difficulties with your network over there, but it's really great having you. And for those of you all out there, I hope you've been able to learn one or two things about how to sit properly and how not to sit. because with a bad sitting posture, it is certain that like you're going to have body aches, headaches, and you would probably have fatigue at the end of the day, and nobody really does want that. So if you did not watch this from the very beginning, please go back to the beginning of the lecture and watch it again, because this is something that like a lot of us need to do, because majority of the time we have body aches and we do not know the source of it. Our sitting posture has a way of affecting our daily activities, and if we can correct that on the long run, we can actually be better for it. On this note, I would like to thank Busari Imoleayo for being a part of the show again, and for those of you all that came around to watch this episode, it's an honor having you guys here. The rain is falling here also, and I wouldn't want to stay too long before my own network also will start misbehaving. So on this note, I would like to say have a lovely evening, and thank you for sticking around today. I'll see you guys again come Wednesday for the 75th episode, and it promises to be great. You have Imoleayo's number. If you need, or if you have any questions to ask her, please do so well to contact her, and she would reply you immediately. All right, guys, have a lovely weekend and be the best version God has created you to be. Peace out.